This one says, good afternoon. My name is Winner from Edo State. I am into agribusiness. I own a catfish farm. Due to the high demands of it and less supply from my end, I would love to ask, how can I get investors to pitch my business to for investment? And also, how can I raise funds? How can I scale from 1 to 5 million to tens of millions within a year period if lands and ponds are available? In summary, this is somebody who has a fish farm in Edo State, and they are looking to scale up, and they are looking essentially, how do they raise money? How do they raise funds? So a couple of options are open and available to you. One option I want to throw in there would be the normal traditional options, which is taking a loan versus getting an equity partner on board. And I'm going to explain how these two will work. Fish farming is a business that benefits from volume because there's high demand. People are always buying fish, right? So if you know what the size of your harvest is, you can reasonably project that within the next 6 months, this is how much fish I am going to harvest. And how do you know this? I hope you have records. Because if you have historical records, it will show you the trend of your business. It will show you how much fish you typically harvest, how much you typically make from your sales, right? So if you know what you're going to make over the next 6 months, that interestingly places you in the category of people who can take a loan and service that loan because you have cash flow. What qualifies you for a loan is cash flow, not having a business, not having a product, not right. What qualifies you for a loan is cash flow and the size of those cash flows that you have. So if you know that in the next 6 months you're going to harvest, and for example, you're going to make 5 million in 6 months or 3 months, let's say 3 months, because depending on the weight at which you sell, some fish farms can sell within a couple of months, say 3 months or 6 months. But let's say in 3 months' time, you are going to harvest and sell your fish. What it means is that you can take a loan now to buy the inputs that you need, particularly fish feed. So you take a loan, buy the fish feed that you need, and then in 3 months' time, when you harvest, you can pay back your creditors. Why I'm going for the loan option first is that of all the options to raise money, loans are the easiest to get. Why? Loans are a very profitable business for people who give loans, because in an economy right now, I speak for, say, a market like Nigeria, to deposit to fix your funds in the bank, they are offering you between 4 and 6%. That's a measly sum, right? It comes to about 0.5% a month. That's small. But for the microfinance banks and the fintechs, many of them do 5% a month. In 1 month, they can make 5% on their funds. In a year, they're making 60, 70. Some of them even make upwards of 150% return on their funds because of they are able to give out short-term funds. The microfinance banks, the fintechs are doing this. Cooperatives are doing this. Individuals, there are individuals that give out funds on short-term basis, and your kind of business can benefit from this. Now, the advantage of a loan, like I mentioned before, is the independence it gives you. You are not going to share ownership of your business with anybody, right? Your business, once your business makes money, you pay back the loan, pay back the interest. The rest of the money is yours. So that's why businesses that are already running, businesses that are already making sales, businesses that have cash flow, they enjoy loans well, because loans are a purely financial transaction, unlike equity. Equity will require, there are strings attached. Like I mentioned earlier, there are strings attached to equity. The person will get part ownership in your company. The person may likely get some level of control. The person may likely intervene in certain aspects of running your business, which can be a problem, right? But a loan is an arm's length transaction, right? So that is something you need to be careful. You need to be careful with, whether it is loan or equity. If a loan will not work for you, and the reason I said loan is you qualify for short-term loans, right? So if you don't get short-term loans, sorry, I need to quell. Let's see. Yeah. So if you need to get if you need to get short-term loans, you qualify for short-term loans, and that would really help you. because of the short-term nature of your cash flows. If you stock fish, in 3 months or so, you can harvest the fish. And that makes a lot of sense for you. If you're going by way of equity, what equity instantly means is that you're looking for somebody to share risk with. And I can understand if you want to go with the equity option for particular scenarios. If you're looking to expand your fish farm and it will take a considerable outlay of capital, then short-term funds will not work for you, because anybody who gives you short-term funds is looking to get their money back in a few months. But if you're looking to make capital investments in your farm, like maybe clear new areas of land, invest in infrastructure for your farm, set up a borehole, buy equipment and all those things, those are expenditures that will require a longer term to pay off. They will not pay off instantly, but the expansion will pay off over time. So in that sense, the risk is higher, and then you need an equity partner. But when it comes to equity, there are two ways I would want you to structure it. You can structure it by project, or you can structure it as a joint venture. Let me talk about the project one. Project means there are people who want to get into fish farming. There are people who may be employees. They are looking for opportunities to make additional income. They're looking for extra streams of income. So they want to get into farming, but either they don't know how, or they don't have the time, or something. So what you do is you present them with an opportunity, right? And the pitch is very simple. I've been running my fish farm for the past 3 to 5 years. I have a vast experience in this business. In the last 3 years, these are my revenues, right? And I have facilities for fish farming. And I'm presenting the opportunity for people who want to get involved in this business. The cycle is 3 to 6 months. In my experience, and looking at the history, the performance history of my company, of my business, if you put in 1 million naira or you put in $10,000, in the next 3 to 6 months, you should be able to make 20% return on your money. Now, why that pitch is important is that for many people, particularly in environments like Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, for anybody who has money, the opportunities for preserving their capital, they are not many. If you put your money in the bank, fixed deposit is very small. The interest rate is very, very poor, what the banks are offering. Are you going to put your money in the stock market? We don't even know what direction is heading these days, right? Will you put your money in real estate? Real estate is not liquid. You can put your money in real estate. The day you need your money, you cannot just sell that land tomorrow. It takes time to liquidate a real estate asset. So real estate is not very liquid. So why you are saying all these things is that you are presenting yourself as a viable alternative. Instead of earning your money and putting it in the bank where inflation is eating deep into it, I want you to invest in this project. So my next project is called Project Alpha. Under Project Alpha, we're looking at harvesting 10,000 fish in the next 6 months. And the requirement is 10 million. And the 10 million is for this. We're going to buy 20% of that, 40% of that cost will be to buy fingerlings, the young fish that we're going to use. Another 40% will be to buy feed, to feed them for the 6 months. The remaining 20% is for upkeep, for the medicines and for paying staff and all that. That's what your pitch is. It's a project. So anybody who is investing in this project, the total cost of this project is 10 million, right? You can come in with 1 million. You can come in with 2 million. You can come in with 3 million. You can come in with the entire 10 million. But what it means is that when this project is over and we sell the fish, we are going to share the profits according to how people have invested in this project. You are selling a project. So what that does is it can attract people locally who have funds and are afraid of the value of those funds eroding because of inflation and limited options to invest the money. It can attract people in the diaspora who are looking for opportunities to grow their money beyond what they may be able to get over in the US, in Canada, or Europe, right? The other interesting thing about this is that it creates a project is specific. They are not taking ownership in your company. Your company is the one managing the project, but the project is for the group, right? And on top of it, you can charge a management fee. You can say, my payment for getting involved in this is I will get 5% of the total sale at harvest. That's my management fee for handling this project. But all the costs, everything you need to make that project happen is already included in the project cost of 10 million. You've taken care of the cost of feed. you've taken care of the cost of fingerlings, you've taken care of everything, and on top of it, it's like pure profit for you. So you can imagine if you have Project Alpha, Project Beta, Project Charlie, you have all these projects scattered across, and these projects are fully funded by, some projects have 2 people, some projects have 10 people, some projects have 5 people. You can even cap the minimum investment. So if the total cost of the project is 10 million, the minimum investment you can say is 500,000, right? So even if everybody just puts in 500,000, at the minimum, 20 people can own a project. So you just have all these projects, and your business now becomes a manager of projects for people across, and you can expand your business that way.